Hi and welcome to the 411 Mamas. Today we're going to be talking about budget-friendly ways to stock up on your fruits and veggies to make sure you're getting them in your diet. I don't know about you, but sometimes, or a lot of times, I don't find enough ways to incorporate those healthy foods into my diet. But by thinking and shopping ahead, making a plan, there are ways where you can begin to incorporate a lot more fruits and vegetables into your diet, into your family's diet as well. So I'll just start off with tip number one. And the first tip that we have is to shop locally and shop seasonally. Seasonal shopping and buying fruits and vegetables when they're in season is going to be a lot more affordable because when something is in abundance and a fruit or vegetable is in season, the prices are generally going to be a lot less expensive. If things are not in season, you can typically find like a container of strawberries, $4 or $5. That's kind of expensive for a small amount of strawberries, versus when you wait until they're actually in season, they're going to be a lot more affordable. Sometimes you can find those same size containers for like 99 cents or $1 per container. So shop seasonally, take advantage of what nature has to offer, and then you're going to save a lot of money there. Tip number two is you want to check your circulars and your ads for what's on sale. When things are on sale, they're going to be cheaper. So shop for what's on sale if you can, and then a really good tip is to take what is on sale, scour your different ads and stuff and see what is going to be on sale and plan your menus around that. So that way you're purchasing the most affordable items that you're going to actually use throughout the week or the month, or however often you plan your meals. Tip number three, when you've made that list, stick to it. Stick to your shopping list and don't shop when you're hungry. Because a lot of times, at least for me, when I go into the grocery store and I see something looks really yummy, I will probably buy it. And those spontaneous purchases are quite costly, or they can be quite costly. If you're going to use it, great, but a lot of times, it does go to waste. So stick to your list and don't shop hungry. Tip number four is to not be afraid to buy canned or frozen veggies. Absolutely nothing wrong with them. In fact, a lot of times the frozen vegetables that you find or frozen produce is going to be really super fresh, sometimes even more fresh than the fresh produce because it's taken at a certain point, as soon as they're harvested, and then they're frozen right then and there. So a lot of the nutrients and stuff are going to be just sealed and contained in the frozen packages, and so when you go ahead and use them, you're still going to get a lot of that nutritional value. So don't be afraid of canned and frozen. And this is also a great tip when you have to buy stuff that's not in season, because it's going to be a lot more affordable than buying something that's not in season when it's actually fresh in the produce department. So shop your cans and your frozen fruits and veggies. Tip number five, buy small amounts as needed. This is great if you have a tendency to buy a lot of stuff and then have it sit in the refrigerator and then it just goes to waste. Buy smaller amounts that are more realistic when it comes to, the patterns of how your family eats. If you have a tendency and from week to week, does stuff rot in my fridge, then you probably want to just start off with smaller amounts and then add to that. So, but that's one way to save on, buying produce. You're not going to be wasting your money by having produce rot in your refrigerator, and then also you're going to be spending a little bit less at that moment when you're in the grocery store. Number six, buy in bulk when stuff is on sale. Now, in contrast to buy small amounts, buy bulk if you can freeze the produce. So a lot of stuff lends itself to being frozen. Stuff like lettuce isn't really great frozen, but you know, stuff like broccoli, peas, corn even, if that stuff is really on sale and it's a really good price, like it's actually cheaper than buying the frozen stuff that's already in the grocery stores, then buy it in bulk, buy a lot, buy whatever you can stock and what is realistic for you to stock in your freezer. Chop it up at home and then freeze it, and then you have your own sort of frozen fruits and veggies that you can use as you need. Next tip is to buy generic brands. This would be for frozen and canned fruits and veggies, obviously. So generic is perfectly great. A lot of times the produce that is canned, you know, like the name brands, the generic and the name brand stuff sometimes comes from the same place, or they usually come from the same place, they just get different labels. So don't be afraid to shop your generic. It's going to be cheaper and taste just as good as the name brand stuff. So that's another way to save and to incorporate more fruits and veggies into your diet. Number 8, I think we're on number 8, is to choose whole fruits and vegetables. This is in contrast to actually buying prepackaged convenience foods. It's going to be fresh. It's not going to have any additives or preservatives. It's going to be as close to, you know, picking it off the tree or whatever as possible, and it hasn't been prepackaged in some sort of like light syrup or even fruit juice, which can add to the sugar content. And then lastly, the last tip to incorporating more fruits and veggies into your diet and being budget-wise is to grow your own. If you have any space at all with even a little bit of sunshine, you can grow your own fruits and veggies. This can be in a garden, obviously wonderful if you have raised planters or if you have fruit trees, great. But if you don't, there are infinite pages and pages and videos of how to grow your own fruits and veggies in containers. So don't be afraid, try it, experiment. What can you lose? If not just gaining more information on how to share this kind of stuff with your family. Lord knows that kids love to see things grow. It's like magic. So share a little bit of that magic with them and enjoy your fresh fruits and vegetables and save a little bit of money by growing your own. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching the 411 Mamas. Stay healthy and we will see you next time. Bye.